Psst. Hey, Smarty Pants, guess where I am. Ready? Go. Oh, right, I guess I could be anywhere? It'd probably be easier if I gave you a hint, but I'm not going to. So go ahead and guess.
Hey, that's not fair.
Whoa, you got it.
I did?
Yep. One of the words you said is exactly where I am.
Not?
No, not. One of the other words.
Fair?
That's right. I'm at the fair.
Like a science fair? I love science fairs.
Me too. But while science fairs are great, in this case, I'm talking about this kind of fair.
Oh, you mean a fair with rides and games and attractions.
Yep. And whether it's a county, state, Renaissance, or even a World's Fair, there's one thing that all fairs have in common. Can you guess what it is, Smarty Pants?
Oh, I know. Awesome foods.
Yep. And even though this isn't a science fair, there's actually a lot of science that goes into the unusual and wide variety of foods that you'll find almost exclusively at fairgrounds.
You mean like popcorn, kettle corn, corn dogs, roasted corn, corn in a cup, funnel cakes, cotton candy, waffle cones, pizza cones, fried chicken cones, deep fried Oreos, cream puffs, turkey legs?
Yep, foods like that.
Wait, I'm not done. Slushies, smoothies, lemon shake-ups, tacos, nachos, Frito pies, roasted nuts, fried pickles, Euro fries.
Whoa. Take a breath, kid. Many state fairs showcase edible specialties that reflect the pride of their state symbols or sports teams, like Ohio's bacon-wrapped Buckeyes or Missouri's tiger-striped ice cream. But how and where did some of the basic fair foods originate? How are they made? And what are some of the wildest fair foods that are out there?
One deep-fried taco cheesecake, please.
It's time for a deep-fried whiff of science and history on
Who smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who Smarted.
Hello, Smarty listeners. This message goes out to all the teachers, principals, teachers' assistants, and school librarians. First of all, thank you for all you do as educators. To show our gratitude for all your hard work, long hours, and dedication to teaching, we are now offering free Who Smarted Plus subscriptions for all educators. That's right. You can now play Who Smarted without any ads or interruptions in your classroom to help make learning fun and keep the smarting going during break times, lunch times, or anytime. Who Smarted can even be used to satisfy some Common Core curriculum or as part of assignments or lessons. If you are an educator, just go to whosmarted.com and click Educators. And Smarty Pants and Smarty Parents, please feel free to let your teachers know about this. Again, that's whosmarted.com. Click Educators for free subscriptions to Who Smarted Plus. Let's all get smarted together. 2 ice cream cones, please. Thanks.
Thanks, trusty narrator. Although I gotta say, an ice cream cone seems pretty ordinary considering all the crazy food at this fair.
True, but did you know that ice cream cones were invented at a fair?
They were?
Yep, but it wasn't a deliberate invention. Rather, a solution. Smarty Pants, what problem was the ice cream cone created to fix? Was it A, they ran out of bowls? B, to keep people's hands from getting cold? Or C, to make it easier to eat ice cream while walking around the fair?
Those all sound like good reasons.
Yep, and to find out the answer, we're headed to the St. Louis World's Fair in 1904. Please step onto this Ferris wheel / time machine.
Cool. Wow, I can tell by the music we're in the past.
Early edible ice cream containers were invented by Antonio Valvona in 1901 and Italo Marchioni in 1903. However, it was Ernest Hamwi, a baker and vendor at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, who gets credit for the cone-shaped delicacy that we recognize today as the ice cream cone. And there he is.
Excuse me, Mr. Hamweed. How did you come up with the idea for the ice cream cone?
Whoa, hello, future people. To answer your question, I created a snack similar to waffles that sold from a cart. One day, a neighboring vendor ran out of dishes to sell his ice cream, so I simply rolled one of my waffle snacks into a cone shape and we stuffed the ice cream inside.
No way.
I'm not lying.
No, I just meant that's cool.
Oh, of course it is. It's ice cream.
Smarty Pants, was that your guess? If so, good job. Okay, moving on. Smarty Pants, can you guess what other fair food became popular at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair? I'll give you a hint. This food is created by heating up sugar and pushing it through a screen to form long, flossy threads. Is it A, a slushie, B, a funnel cake, or C, cotton candy?
Ooh, I know. It's cotton candy.
Bingo! Cotton candy made its international debut in France at the Paris World's Fair in 1900 and became known in different parts of the world as Papa's Beard, Sugar Spider, Candy Floss, and Fairy Floss.
I guess it's kind of like dental floss.
Yep, true or false? Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. The answer, surprisingly, is true. In fact, there's Dr. William Morrison now.
Excuse me, why would a dentist invent a food that's made of 100% sugar?
I know. Dentists usually warn against eating sugary foods. But what can I say? I invented cotton candy along with my partner, candy maker John C. Wharton. It's not that we invented the concept of stringing sugar. Records of sugar strands date back to the 15th century. But Wharton and I perfected it with our little invention. You see, when sucrose, or sugar, is heated to its melting point of 300 degrees Fahrenheit, the hydrogen and oxygen atoms in the sucrose reposition themselves and become H2O, aka water. This water then evaporates, leaving behind only carbon. Now, heated further, the carbon clusters would caramelize and become hard. But our invention interrupts that process. Instead, we place the liquefied sugar into our circular machine, which spins it round and round really fast. From here, the liquefied sugar turns into a thin, thread-like consistency that can then be wound up into the fluffy wad of sugary cotton candy you see at the fair.
2 wads, please.
Just make sure to follow your fairy floss with dental floss.
Okay, next up, a delicious fair food whose puffy consistency is the result of super high temperatures changing water to steam and releasing carbon dioxide. Any guesses? Is it A, the corn dog, B, the funnel cake, or C, the cream puff?
I'm not sure.
Well, we better head to 1951 Pennsylvania to find out.
Okay, we're at a fair. What are we getting?
2 funnel cakes, please.
Here you go.
I can practically taste the released carbon dioxide.
Hey, it's dessert, kiddo, not a science experiment.
Actually, it's both. By pouring that cake batter through a funnel into really hot oil, it looks like a puffy, coiled-up cake is forming. But what's really going on is chemistry.
I suppose you're right.
And it was the Pennsylvania Dutch who popularized pouring this pancake-like batter directly into hot oil back at the Kutztown Festival of 1951.
Yes, that's true. But the credit for the first funnel cake is hard to assign. Medieval bakers in England are on record for a similar treat over 600 years ago. And the Chinese and Egyptians left records of their fried cake making that date back thousands of years before the Common Era.
Ooh, does that mean we get to go to ancient Egypt?
Nah, I already did that on another episode. Instead, let's check out the birthplace of another fair favorite, the corn dog. Where do you think that is, Smarty Pants? Was the corn dog born in A, Springfield, Illinois, where the first cozy dogs were cooked on sticks and sold?
Oh?
Or B, Portland, Oregon, where the Pronto Pup was bought by attendees of the Pacific International Livestock Exposition? Or C, Buffalo, New York, where a patent was filed for a mechanism that would deep fry various foods on a stick, including a wiener?
Nom 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 nom.
Or D, the Texas State Fair? The delicious answer after this quick break. Hey listeners, want to know one of my favorite sounds? Listen to this. That's the sound of learning a new language with Babbel. I've been using Babbel to brush up on my German, and it's wunderbar how quickly I'm picking up real-life conversation skills. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Their quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. I can vouch that that is really how fast it is. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology has really helped improve my pronunciation. Ja, das ist gut. Here's a special deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/smarted. That's BABBEL.com/smarted. Rules and restrictions may apply. Don't miss this chance to learn a new language with Babbel. This message is sponsored by Greenlight. As a creator of education for kids and families, I'm always looking for fun ways to teach kids life skills, whether those kids are in my family or my Smarty family. That's why I recommend Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, kids learn to save, invest, and spend wisely, while parents can monitor their money habits. The Infinity plan offers even more, including family location sharing, SOS alerts, and crash detection for young drivers. With school starting again, I love the chores feature, which helps kids get into their fall routine by rewarding them for completing household responsibilities. Whether you're teaching financial literacy or ensuring your family's safety, Greenlight is the easy way for parents to raise financially smart kids. Ready to empower your family? Sign up for Greenlight today and get your first month free when you go to greenlight.com/smarted. That's greenlight.com/smarted to try Greenlight for free. Now back to Who Smarted. If you're unsure who owns bragging rights for the invention of the corn dog, there's a good reason. Because all of the choices I presented lay some claim to it.
So we're going to 4 fairs? Nice!
Nah, we don't have time for that. Instead, we'll head to Texas. Because even if they can't claim 100% ownership of the corn dog, they're great at deep frying, well, everything. Here we are, the Texas State Fair corn dog booth.
2 corn dogs, please. Also, could I get a side of history with that?
Sure thing. The corn dog has a convoluted history, but seeing as I have a long line of customers, I'll keep it brief. Basically, between the years of 1927 and 1942, folks in Illinois, Oregon, New York, and right here in Texas were all developing the great idea to envelop hot dogs in cornbread. What they couldn't figure out was a speedy way to cook them. Baking corn dogs was a delicious development, but it took too long. Finally, they discovered placing a wiener on a stick and deep frying it was a win-win. You could cook up a fast batch of dogs or just one, and that deep-fried deliciousness couldn't be beat.
Oh yeah.
Texas may not be able to claim corn dog ownership, but our list of deep-fried fair foods is in a league all its own. Just look around.
I spy deep-fried Oreos, Twinkies, Pop-Tarts, pumpkin pie, pecan pie, shepherd's pie, cookie dough, ice cream, candy bars, gummy bears, jelly beans, Jell-O, you even deep-fried gum!
Keep going.
There's deep-fried cola, Kool-Aid, pickles, cheese curds, artichokes, avocado, and frog legs.
Yeehaw!
Ribbit.
Don't forget deep-fried potato salad, sauerkraut, salsa, deep-fried peanut butter and jelly, even deep-fried butter. If you can deep fry it, Texas has tried it.
Amazing! But what exactly is deep frying?
Remember when I said that this fair wasn't that different than a science fair?
Uh-huh.
That's because both rely on...
Chemistry.
Exactly. Just like deep frying funnel cake batter releases carbon dioxide. The goal of deep frying or dunking food into hot cooking oil, which is basically fat, is to cause the water within a given food to evaporate. In order to do that, the oil must be heated to at least 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This very hot oil causes the surface of the food to become dehydrated and crusty, while the moisture in the center of the food basically boils away.
So what makes this particular science so yummy?
That, kid, is the result of the browning effect as the hot oil changes the sugars and proteins within the food. As the proteins and sugars in the food transform, so does the food's flavor. Think about it. Everything changes a little when it's been cooked. Corn, carrots, eggs, and the cooking method has a lot to do with the resulting flavors.
Okay, but my parents always tell me not to eat too much deep-fried foods. Why is that?
Well, that's because, like most indulgences, fried foods are best enjoyed in moderation. See, all that oil used to deep fry is generally made up of saturated or trans fat. And while it's okay to have them from time to time, too much can increase your chance of high cholesterol and heart disease, not to mention a stuffed belly. Ooh.
Got it. Moderation. I notice pretty much everything at the fair is either sugary, sweet, deep fried, or both. Are there any healthy choices at the fair?
Good question. Lots of fairs offer popcorn or, even better, roasted corn. Fruit blended into smoothies is also a healthy choice. Even fruit dipped in chocolate or caramel provides more nutrients than other candy-coated stuff. Kebabs or grilled meats are popular at fairs and can be part of a healthy, balanced meal. All right, kid, time to go.
Wow, I learned so much at these fairs. I've got a project idea for the science fair.
Great, we better do a little more research then. 2 deep-fried taco cheesecakes, please. A super shout out to Matthias in Montreal, Canada. We're so glad your drive to school is the exact length of a Who Smarted episode, and you get to start each day by smarting with me and all your friends at Who Smarted. Thanks for listening and learning, Matthias. This episode, Fair Foods, was written by Jenna Hoban and voiced by Jenna Hush Puppies Hoban, Taya Guacamole Garland, Brandon Bacon Burrito Bayless, Adam Deep Fried Davis, Sophie Fried Pickles Plitt, and Jerry Colbert. Technical direction and sound design by Josh Hot Dog on a Stick Hahn. Who Smarted is recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studios. Our associate producer is Max Corndog Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Sausage Slushy Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Deep Fried Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This has been an Atomic Entertainment production.
Who Smarted?
Hey listeners, want to know one of my favorite sounds? Listen to this. That's the sound of learning a new language with Babbel. I've been using Babbel to brush up on my German, and it's wunderbar how quickly I'm picking up real-life conversation skills. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Their quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. I can vouch that that is really how fast it is. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology has really helped improve my pronunciation. Ja, das ist gut. Here's a special deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/smarted. That's BABBEL.com/smarted. Rules and restrictions may apply. Don't miss this chance to learn a new language with Babbel.